Hello, internet and people. Today we're going to have a look at, as a part-time reseller, our top-selling categories and brands. We sell about anywhere between $3,000 and $6,000 a month, which turns into a profit of around $2,000 to $5,000 a month. So, still part-time for me and my wife, but thought we'd share our experience and what we've seen so far. I'm also going to try to look a bit happier in this video. In the last video I looked a bit like a kicked spaniel. So we're going to see if we can do this with a smile. Maybe. So we've been doing this about a year. Profit-wise, just under 25,000 in profit. Across eBay, Etsy, and Poshmark. And again, we started properly doing this in October, November. And since then, most months in sales have been anywhere between probably 2,000, and then I think we've got a bit more to come, but August was about 6,000. And we really started bumping the closet up in kind of middle of this year, May. So since then, it's been about 3,000, 4,000 a month. We track everything we do, so I thought I'd jump in first and look at our top categories. So we kind of specialize in vintage clothes. That's our sweet spot. That's what Lindsay likes to thrift for as well. And so our top seller is actually, as a category, is sweaters. We've done over 7,000 or about 7,000 in sales, and typically these sell for $43, and we'll take 34 in profit. Average days to sell is about 51, which is pretty good. Obviously, that's just under 2 months. And around this time of year, they go very well as people run up to winter. So we're expecting a lot more sweaters to be going now, between now and November, December time. If we have a look, I don't essentially break this down much more than this because Poshmark is the only one that gives us these subcategories. We'll tend to send crews and cardigans, but I don't really bother with analysis of the specific sweater type. It becomes more about the material and the condition and all of that. It's kind of good stuff. Jackets and coats are a pretty good category as well. So if we sort by actual just total sales as opposed to profit. Jackets and coats, we've done about 3,000 in sales in the last year. Again, average price is $58. An average profit on that is 46. Pretty good time to sell again as well, 52. So we'll expect to be on there for a month or two. But obviously, 158 sweater sales in total, 52. So definitely less frequently sold, but whenever we pick them up, we definitely try. Shoes, great pickup again. We're kind of going down that vintage route. We're doing more and more here, especially as we're finding some high ticket boots that we're picking up, but typically average sale price is going to be about $60 for us, and the profit is 47. We're starting to nudge that out. We aim for a minimum of $30 to $35 profit per item. So in this case, we're looking pretty good. And the cool thing about them is they sell really quickly as well. So most of these will go within a month, which is very nice to see. Accessories, we sell a lot of belts as well, vintage belts. These tend to be more at the kind of $35 to $45 range. Average sale price is obviously 41. And if we have a look to the shows, yeah, belts are the main ones in there. Actually, average sale price is 35. We've got a few random ones here because we sold things like a Burberry hat, but mainly belts. And again, their sale time is pretty good. And then tops are another kind of area that we jump into. I'm not going to break them down too much because there's a lot of variation within that category. We will sell vintage jeans, Levi's and all of that good stuff. Again, they're fairly quick. And then I'm just trying to have a look here, although there may not be a ton of data. Quickest sale time, swim. We haven't sold a ton of it, but that always seems to go pretty quick. But again, we only picked it up in these summer months, so that's probably why. Shoes definitely a good one for us. And in terms of average profit, shoes also up there as one of our top items, jackets and coats, and then bags as well. We'll try and pick up as many of these as we can. Average sale price at about 44. So it depends on what you're selling, but for us, those are the main and most profitable categories that we sell. And then within that, what we'll also do is we'll also break down our brands that sell on Poshmark. So I can look at this by month, but Poshmark is the only tool that I can actually get the brands from at the moment. So on the right-hand side, we've got our items that we sold, their costs, and then their profit. And then we've got our brands over here as well. I can break things down either by just looking at Lululemon as a whole. That's our actual top item in terms of most profit from a brand. So we can see in sales we made 1,100, profit 836, 34 sales in total, average sale price of 32, average profit of 25, and days to sell of 25. We'll tend to pick them up because although they're below our profit margin target, they do sell fairly quickly. And it's easy to find stock photos and that kind of stuff, so we don't have to spend time taking photos and all that good stuff. And then if we actually have a look, the main thing that we sell are pants, jumpsuits. I guess that's kind of the leggings, along with the shorts, tops, all that kind of stuff. But the funny thing is, if we actually have a look at it, if I click an item like this, on the right-hand side, it shows me all the items that we've ever sold that were part of that brand. And our best performings, we've got some shorts, some onesies, dance studio pants seem to go very well, and a raincoat, which is a little bit rarer, and then a good number of athletic shorts as well. I think we've sold, let's have a look here. We've sold a good number of leggings, but you don't necessarily always come across them, and their sale price isn't always as good as we'd hoped, because you kind of have to find the right versions and the right ones. So we're generally happy to pick them up if they're at a $0 to $5 range, because then we can just get them knocked out pretty quick. Other brands, Levi's jeans. I think we've pretty much done all jeans. It's worth looking at pantsuits on this, and when I say pantsuits, I'm talking overalls, dungarees, whatever you call them in this country. We sell these actually on Etsy and eBay more than we do on Poshmark, but they always tend to go fairly well. And then classic vintage Levi's jeans. We tend to target certain certain makes, so 501s, there's like XX, and so size as well as the actual version becomes important here. You can't sadly just pick up any Levi's and get a good profit off, so it's worth having a research on the specific brand to pick up there. But again, we like 501s, so a pretty consistent seller for us, both vintage and new. Free People, again, on Poshmark specifically, a pretty good brand for us at least. Sale time is kind of longer than I'd like. We actually sell less and less of it now, purely because the average sale price is $34, profit is 25. We have to be efficient with our time, given we both, she's at school and at clinical, and I'm at work. So we are aiming for those bigger profit margins. So we don't necessarily pick up as much, especially as they've been kind of slower to sell. And it's also quite often it's style dependent. You can't just pick up Free People and have it sell, for us at least. It's been about picking the right styles, the right brands, and so on. Vintage, we tend to try not to tag too much on Poshmark to this. So I'm not willing to spend much time on this category. We sell a lot of vintage sweaters on eBay, and we make sure that we pick out good ones, good condition, all of that stuff, and average price for them is probably $60-$70. But we do make sure we look after them, so we're kind of selling a premium vintage sweater on that front. Patagonia, probably one of your classics, many of you will know about. Vintage, the cinchilla jacket, sweatshirt things tend to go very well. But yeah, pretty much anything Patagonia will sell pretty well, and also sell pretty quick as well, normally within a month. If you pick up any of the older kind of sweatshirts, if you get a cool pattern, then you might be able to get $50, $60, up into $200, depending on what the pattern is. So always worth looking out there. Ralph Lauren, again, we sell this a good amount on Etsy. We pick up less now, unless it's a I don't know, like a more unique item. We did initially like selling lots of sweatshirts and jumpers and that kind of stuff, but the profit margins just weren't great. And if you weren't selling them on Poshmark and you were selling them on Etsy, they're kind of heavy, so shipping costs were unpleasant as well. But typically we'd be looking at 33 sale price, 25 profit, 39. It was just not necessarily the ideal one to go for. A couple of other honorable mentions. Everlane, I'm sure you'll see lots of people talk about. If you see that, you're pretty much good to go ahead and pick that up. Obviously, designer brands. Figs, nursing scrubs, if you come across them, they will sell very quickly for us. Profit margin isn't great, so again, we may pick them up for a quick flip if they're in good condition. But yeah, figs, nurses, scrubs or just scrubs, because nurses and doctors is a good one to go for. And that, I would say, are our main ones. Again, if we look at category and we look at Etsy, our sweater price kind of goes up a little bit there. But yeah, I'd say that's about it. Hopefully that was useful. May just be me rambling for 20 minutes, but I'll probably do an August analysis next. So it'll be a shorter and sweeter video just to look at what trends we saw in August. But if this was helpful or you want to dive into more, then just drop us a comment and we'll see what we can do. Alrighty.